Doing the in-sync yoga teacher training.
Yes.
How are you finding the course?
It's interesting.
It's been very enlightening, the course.
Very enlightening.
And life-changing.
Empowering.
I recommend it for everybody.
Empowering, yeah.
Okay. Just even if you didn't become a teacher as such afterwards, just the learning, the personal journey and the connecting with people, sharing, the heart opening.
I'm quite sensitive. My glasses on. I'm joking.
So what kind of stands out for you in terms of the learning on the program?
Just so much has that you've been able to put into day-to-day life, and how even what we're learning here, it's not just about yoga, it's about how you felt for the longest time, and to be able to use yoga not only on the mat.
So yoga on and off the mat.
On and off the mat.
How you can use yoga to create the life you really want. Is that it? Yeah. And how have you found this particular module that you've been doing? What's that been like?
It's been very interesting and to refresh and it's just been beautiful. It's been better than any book in a way of feeling comfortable, just letting go, and there's so much to share.
And anything at all that, like if you were talking to someone else who's interested in yoga teacher training, what would you recommend?
I would do it. For anybody who would like to do a yoga teacher training, I would highly recommend to join the InSync crew and really dive into the yoga experience and not just think of the teaching part of it, but that it's a life-changing experience, I think. So I would say the InSync crew has accomplished a beautiful all-around training program that is for anybody, really. I have felt enlightened. Beautiful, thank you.
And learning's done in a really natural way. It's not, textbook and memorising a textbook. It's quite fluid and quite natural the way we've actually taken on the learning.
Yeah. So much experiential learning and trying things yourself and things you can take away with you to try and play with. So a really good mix of personal development and growth as well as the teaching aspect. And then just meeting such a variety of people, all with a similar interest and similar sort of nature, who are all growing at their own rate. So that's been lovely to see and do together.
And what would be some of the words you'd use to describe your experience in the yoga teacher training? What are some of the words that, if you think about your time over the last 3 days in this module, what are some words you'd use to describe your experience, the experience of others, how you've seen the group operate? What are you experiencing?
Growth in confidence.
Growth in confidence?
Expansion.
Empowerment, even to a certain degree, it's just been lovely.
Overcoming fear.
Overcoming fear? Yeah.
Connection.
Connection?
Connected with everybody.
Yeah.
And more connection with ourselves as well, not just obviously with each other, which is a beautiful thing to experience, but I think each of us have individually learnt to reconnect with ourselves.
And have you had some fun? Have you experienced joy and laughter?
Lots of laughter.
Yeah.
You didn't have too much laughter? Is there anyone you'd suggest didn't do this yoga teacher training? Anyone who's interested in yoga teacher training? Mm-hmm. How did you go in terms of just the skill set of how you help people develop their yoga practice, the poses, the asanas? How did you go with that in terms of learning how to teach that effectively?
There's a good mix of being flexible with it and individualizing your teaching to the student, but then also having a little bit of a formula and a structure to guide that. So there was a really good mix of, structure, but flexibility and individualizing your teaching. So I enjoyed that.
Right. And so when you compare it with just other learning experiences in life, how do you compare it?
Much nicer.
More integrative.
More integrated?
I felt like I got more out of it because it wasn't so
there isn't that intensity of going into a classroom. It's a lot more connected. It's a lot freer in a sense that there is more room to play, there is more room to connect with other people, and just more freedom, really. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you say that you're learning just to teach one style of yoga, one way of yoga, or you're learning quite differently? What would you say you're learning?
Many different styles.
Many different styles.
And we're also learning not just about poses, it's very holistic learning. So we're learning about energy lines, breath practice, meditation. So it's a very holistic approach.
And looking at all different yoga styles so that we are not just forced into one direction, or we are not following a fashion, but more so the holistic approach to yoga. So
Accommodating various needs.
Yeah.
All
Right.
needs, really. Yoga's for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, and applying different models so that we can actually look at yoga practice or individuals from different perspectives.
Cool. And what about in terms of seeing yourself? If you're trained in this instinct approach, do you feel you're being trained to teach in a particular way, or do you feel you're more trained to be yourself as a teacher and grow more into
Definitely
being you?
authentic.
It's much more authentic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Having the freedom to just show your personality.
And
Right.
being sensitive
Embrace that.
to people's needs.
Yeah.
So
Right.
being flexible and also having some fun. You know, remembering the element of play and
Yep.
possibility that's just vast and unlimited.
Cool.